Welcome back. The candy bar and or wedge style flashlight has become quite a popular form factor as of late, and today we'll be reviewing the latest offering from Streamlight that came out last year, the Wedge XT. Let me start by saying this is a great all-arounder as far as flashlights go, and it's a nice intro to EDC if you haven't already got something, and if you're looking for something a little higher end while maintaining that ease of operation. It does have a built-in USB-C charging port and comes with a cable, adding to the appeal for anyone and everyone, right? One thing that caught me off guard was the lack of cover for the USB-C charging port, but according to Streamlight right on their website, they say it's waterproof, so that's pretty cool. I do know that I'm one for accidentally tearing and or breaking those little rubber flaps, so big plus. The Wedge XT is only 4¼ inches long and weighs in at 2.6 ounces, and the light absolutely disappears in your pocket. Though the trade-off for this is a internal battery that's a little bit on the smaller side at 950 milliamp hours, offering you 2 hours of runtime at the 500 lumen high or 11 hours of runtime at the 50 lumen low, and it doesn't really have any other run modes, so those are your options. On high, it has a beam distance of 87 meters at 1900 candela, and I will say the size trade-off versus the battery capacity is totally reasonable, and I feel well worth it. But its competitors are going to be a little bit bigger, and they'll usually offer you anything from 1500 milliamps all the way up to, I don't know, like 4000, some crazy numbers. That being said, you'll get longer run times, but it'll also be quite a bit larger of a form factor in your pocket, so quite a bit more noticeable. It does come with a little lanyard, but I usually, and this time was no exception, I usually pull them off right away. Though I will have to give Streamlight some bonus points because their lanyard has some nice branding on it, right? And that was a first for me. Even at its smaller size, this light does feel rather durable, and it comes with an anodized aluminum body along with a polycarbonate lens. Streamlight listed this as a 1 meter drop rating and an IPX7 water rating. It's also available in two different colors, the black that you see here and a coyote. This particular black light I've been carrying for about a month now, switching it between primary and secondary duty, and depending on what I'm wearing for the day, either or, primary or backup, it does its job flawlessly. It's not without its cons, but none of them are major deal breakers. The wedge itself has the ability to give you either constant and or momentary light, and this is performed via a rather intuitive tail switch. A long press of this tail switch will give you a momentary light until you release it, while a tap of this switch will turn the light on for a constant, and a quick off and on again will change its output mode between low and high. Even though I would call this a simple flashlight, it does have some nice features that I didn't expect. It offers a 5-tap lockout of that using that tail switch, and it'll also allow you to switch which output mode the light turns on at by tapping that tail switch 10 times. I usually switch that up if it's going to be a backup light. I usually have it turn on at low mode, and it's easy to just tap the switch 10 times and switch it back and forth. So I'll probably feature a video of me doing that while I'm talking about it, so it'll give you a little example, but couldn't be easier. So with all those positives mentioned, there are some things I would love to see changed and or updated on a future revision of this light. I'm always a huge fan of two-way pocket clips. I will say this pocket clip is very sturdy and very nice. Has a good purchase of the pocket itself, but I always love a two-way pocket clip because then you could put it on the bill of your cap, and it will then serve as a nice little headlight. Pseudo headlight, if you will. I heard a friend even has used his two-way pocket clip on a shirt collar to mount it as a hands-free solution, but he must have quite a bit of starch on his collar. Another thing is I wish there were some emitter options, not only different color temperatures, but also a high CRI output, and optimally, if nothing else, I would love that the default one to just be a high CRI output. I get it, though, that would make production costs quite a bit higher because you couldn't just order thousands of the same exact spec. The last thing that I have a little bit of friction with is the price. At the time of recording this, you could get the Wedge XT for $87.21 on Amazon, and for that same price, I could get the Rovivon E30, Olight Arcfeld Pro, Nitecore EDC 27, etc., all of which would have a higher output. They got different emitter options, lasers, UV, dual battery supplies, all sorts of other features. All that said, if you're looking for a very high quality, easy to operate flashlight, I would absolutely recommend the Wedge XT. I'd also say the Wedge XT would make a great gift for someone who's already an enthusiast, someone who just needs a light to walk their dog at the end of the night, and or anybody in between. It just works. So yeah, absolutely would recommend if you fit one of those bills. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Carry on.